Alright. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. So, today's stream plans are to... Let me pop up my phone stream manager, because I'm also going to be keeping half an eye on any trackers for the Eureka instances I'm in. I want to also keep my actual chat on my phone so I can better keep an eye on it. Yeah, my plan for today is... Oh, right, I just realized I haven't actually made my stream announcement in stream announcements. I'm going to quickly do that. There, finish the live notification thing. Alright, should be good to go now. Yeah. I end up finishing up getting my first elemental set, which I am very proud of. This is the main reason I went into Eureka. And I spent so many hours grinding it, and I honestly think it was kind of worth it. Plus, I found new content that I love as a result of it. But I still do have to finish up the next step of my samurai relic. There aren't really any relics that I am specifically interested in the final step of for Eureka. I'd have to double check. I'll pull up the Eureka weapons thing. Add it to as a source. Straight up. Image in. Oh wow. Well, today I learned how you can easily add images to browser source. Quickly switch out of studio mode just so I can get a good look at these. Yeah, looking at them, the ones on the that are the final steps, I'm not entirely sure on. It's like enlarge it a bit more. Like looking at the Paladin set, I'm not even a fan of any of the Paladin set steps. The second step for the Warrior one isn't too bad, but the third step for the Warrior one I'm definitely not a fan of. The Dark Knight one isn't too bad. The first and second step sets, but third one really also doesn't catch my eye. Moving on to the White Mage. I do like the first and second step. The third one isn't actually too bad. I might be willing to consider using the final step for White Mage. As for Scholar, the second, the first and second glowy steps are significantly better than the final step. They got rid of the fairy wings. That I really thought the fairy wings are neat, which is why I wanted to work on Scholar. Like, it might be one of my favorite weapons for Scholar, period. Just with the fiery fairy wings fitting whole fairy thing as Scholar so perfectly. Yeah, as for one, I'm kind of on. None of the steps are specifically interesting to me. Moving up to Dragoon. First glowy step isn't too bad. I really like the actual lance look of the second glowy step. Third one is just kind of okay. Like, I could probably find a glam that would fit it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to grind for it. Monk one, I just straight up prefer the other, like the two glowy steps that are actually just straight up gloves over the spiky fists. Ninja ones in general, I'm not a fan of. Just because my aesthetic for ninja weapons is small knives. Samurai's one I was working on. I'm kind of on the final step of the samurai blade. I think the Pyros one is by far my favorite. As for the Black Mage, it could be neat. Maybe the Pyros one specifically. The Summoner one I definitely like. It's a more subtle version of the Anima final step, which means it might be one I'll work on as well. Yeah, they also get rid of the wings for the final step, which I am very disappointed in. I'll probably only go up to the Pyro step for it. Bit of a shame that the final steps for so many of these just feel kind of mid. The Red Mage one, I end up getting the first glowy step done. I think that might be my favorite look for it, just because of the how it looks so much like Genesis, his rapier from Crisis Core. Next step isn't too bad. It's something that'll be more on my back burner for working on. The Bard one, the final step is I would actually consider going for, so I guess that would mean so the only two I'd really consider are the White Mage and the Bard weapon. And I think for now I'm gonna work on the Scholar weapon next since I already have my Summoner fancy one. I'll be probably doing... Oh, that was not the right class. Doing Scholar in Eureka for now. But no, I'm gonna finish off the story of Idados. I will also be able to do Baldessian Arsenal at some point. Yeah, just kind of... Ooh. There's a monster going on right now. Let's see if I can get there in time. Because crystals are extremely annoying to get here. Ooh, this seems to also be Baldessian time. Looks like Ovni's popped a few times. Or at least once, I'd say. finally gotten used to. I'm gonna just try and build as much aggro as I can, try and get a gold on this. I am very late to it. This is pretty much the best way you can get credit. Let's see if I did. No, only got silver, but I still get Hydatos crystals anyway, so. I'll make my way back to hunt for story stuff. I also hit level 60 for Eureka, which means I am now max level for it. It also means that if... Oh, I don't think Omni will be spawning again, fortunately. It also means that Baldesion Arsenal will be closed for now. Another mob spawn. Wait, no, that's not a mob spawn, that's regular bunny spawns. I still need one more Aethertite flask, though. Apologies for the wait. We now have everything we need to make use of the back door. Be sure there's still a couple of things that are required doing out there. First, let's head to the central columns, due south of here, at the Vala River source. I'll explain everything once we are at. And I should mention that, from this point on, I'll be delegating the bulk of my duties to the good scholar. If you ever want for guidance, she's the first person you should seek out. Without further ado, then. I'll probably be doing some, a lot of grinding for the, what is it? Magicite things as I go. It's a +2 on defense just in general, no matter what role I am, will just be very nice for survivability in Baldesion. I still plan to do it at some point. I just need to, you know, get into a group, finish up with this, make sure I have like 3 hours at least to spare, with absolutely no interruptions, and manage to survive the whole thing at the end. I've heard it isn't too bad with callouts. There's usually going to be someone who knows exactly what to do and can call out each and everything exactly. Where the only real threats are in... what's it called? In the orb fight. I guess Eureka itself. Or you die, you can get sucked into base camp, and also the threat of potentially wiping the party with, I believe it is, acceleration bomb, along with the meteor. No, if there's any doubt that you'll survive, tanks immediately pop LB3. I have watched a small guide on it. It doesn't seem too bad as long as you can keep the acceleration bomb in mind. Everything else can easily be called out by a shot caller. Then I'm reminded of this isle's dangers, and how much of a boon you are to our efforts. With the lessons of your field investigation draw upon, I don't think I would have made it here in one piece. I should probably take off my helmet, just for the sake of cutscenes. The back door. An aether bridge that conveys you to the tower's entrance, built for those who lack the ability to teleport. Usable only by those with special permission, and right now it's not usable at all due to the obstruction of the life stream. In order to restore operation, we must repair 3 sets of columns of the aether bridge. Be too hard. As we seek out spots of pooled ether. Let's see. Deploy these regulators to restore the flow. I would be grateful if you could assist with the task. According to my readings of the nearby area, the ether has pooled in 2 locations along the river source, one in the north and another in the south. I'll search in the north, and you would do likewise in the south. You should have luck looking east of the Aether Bridge Foundation. I think that should... How many times do I have to run Baldessian Arsenal to get the full set of +2 armor? I do want to eventually get that, just because I plan to spend a lot of time in Eureka and potentially help people out with Eureka in the future. At this point, I feel like I'm one of those cool people who know what they're doing. East of the Ether Bridge. Location. I usually just kind of... Okay, this is a weird spot to get stuck on. Didn't see anything that could have got me stuck. Anyway. Let's see. Location. Yeah, I also got pretty lucky with getting in Hidatos at the right time. And got 3 of the 5 crystalline scales I need for the Eureka weapon. I need, it looks like 250 Hidatos crystals to 350, plus 2 more scales. $54 quest. X10, Y29. Okay, so right here. What crystals am I sitting at anyway? Not many, I'm sure, only 7. Okay, looks like. It's bit annoying that this is the worst one for crystals. That view hidden. That's gonna just potentially lag. It was just telling me to go to the next one, I guess. And on the plus side, even if I get killed and sucked out of Eureka's final boss, that'll still be giving me crystals I need for upgrading my +1 armor to +2. So is the thing I'm looking for down here or up? Looks like it's not down. There is another mob spawn. Gonna quickly make my way over. I'm 2800. I will do the story quest after this. Okay. They just gave me a free moisture lock or warped lockbox by accident, I guess. Okay, I can't jump off that for some reason. I should have been able to, but whatever. Another 40 seconds until it pops, so until it gets pulled, so be fine. Yeah, I also want to get this mount because it just looks cool. Seen it for the longest time. I always thought of it as a mount that I'd never end up getting, because I originally thought Eureka is content that I would never do. It was like everything I thought I hated in an MMO, with the whole constant mob grinding and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I should probably set my Magia board to offensive. Oops. I'll be fine. That's why I'm a warrior, with a little bit of stat in defense. Plus, I still do decent enough damage. So I figure if I end up doing Baldesion, I'll probably end up bringing Wisdom of the Plate Bearer, just as sort of a safety net, along with a few Spirit of the Remembrance. And now that I know basically everything that's in lockboxes, I kind of stopped caring about opening them. So the moisture warp one is interesting. I'm curious what's in that. Because the moisture warp ones are the ones that actually have interesting stuff in them. But you specifically need to kill mutated enemies for a chance to get them. Oh yeah, nowadays, Martialist and Raise are my main two Logos actions. Just because it seems to be pretty handy, because I don't die very easily with my setup of 2 in defense, 3 in offense, and running tank, so when people die, I can just res them. Ooh, 10,000 gil. Here's the Magia board. I want to refresh my Magia. Oh yeah, and when I went and did a little bit of extra stuff, I got some new boots. The Strider boots, whose only purpose is to run for 10 more seconds in cities. That's literally all it does, and you have to switch boots to do that. It seems very useless. I think the only thing about it is just how it being an uncommon drop makes it neat more than anything else. Over here. And by 29. I'm mistaken. Six, 29 point. It should be right over here. Unless there's a cave I'm missing. Unless... Sure. Divide by 30. We're doing the 50 or the 57 one. I don't know. I'm still on him out. The easy map. Oh, mutation and adaptation are actually two different things. Which map thing was it? Eureka map? Hydatos. Move everything but west. Okay, might have been looking at the wrong one. Could be over here? No, I think it's over here. I think it's right over here and then over here. Just looking at the interactive map. I don't remember which level quest I'm on. That's the problem. It's like kind of maxed out and have been doing them in order as I get to the levels. Hey, welcome in, Myers. How's it going? How's your day been? Is it ready to going? It's going quite good actually. I just finished getting this new or full glamour set, which is the special shiny armor that only comes from Eureka. It was worth the grind. Need to work on getting some new glamour. There should be some not too bad stuff from like PvP and whatnot that you can easily get. Oh, hey, Omni spawn. Please deal with the Omni first and then move on to story again. That is worth 10 Hydatos crystals. Hopefully somebody already has Dispel on hand. Ooh, I should probably have Spirit of the Remembered up, but... What are you looking for in terms of glamour anyway? Ooh, it's 2 spawns. Probably better to go for Omni first, I'd say. I had to throw out a LFG into shout chat. I might be able to point you in the right direction for some, like 60 and under stuff that you'd be able to get to. Wasn't the one for the quest? Or yes, it was. Right here. I know that, at least. Do I have to do all the ARR dungeon, move on to Heaven's Ward? Nope. At least nothing, you don't have to do any side dungeons. All the dungeons that you have to do are going to be part of the main story quest, and they'll specifically say, hey, go do this dungeon. Otherwise, you'll be able to easily move into Heaven's Ward as soon as you get there story-wise. Cool looking, like some cool looking armor. Which class would you be looking to go for armor for? There should be some decent stuff that's still obtainable even in ARR. I think about Samurai. Okay, yeah, there's... It'd mostly be off the market for it, though. But there is some nice PvP stuff that would be doable. Specifically, there is... can you do Red Mage right now? Yep, you can. Since you're level 50 and you have Stormblood, so... There should be a quest somewhere in Thavnair. Not Thavnair, Thanalan, so long in Thavnair. I think it would be right around here that you unlock the Red Mage job quest, and then you can actually unlock it. Red Mage is also one that has a really nice aesthetic. Let's see where my set of it is. Is there a class I need to do for Red Mage? Nope. Any class that isn't, part of A Realm Reborn, you just unlock as the job itself. Here's my Red Mage. Red Mage is the one that can res. Yes. Summer can also res, actually. But Red Mage is the one that's most known for rezzing. Armor super cool. Yeah, that armor takes a lot of grinding. I spent about, I want to say 60 hours in Eureka so far, just to get that armor. it is basically a trophy of how much grind you can do at once. You can get a non-glowy version slightly earlier on. Eureka is also really good for earning money. I've probably earned about 1.5 million gil just passively from working through it. Yeah, for samurai armor, I'd say PvP is your best bet, because you can get some really nice samurai stuff from it. You can basically get your fancy class armor for, well, as a glamour at level 1 just by turning in PvP crystals. End up using it for a while, and it's fully dyeable too. You have yet to join a free company as well. They're nice to have, but they never feel like necessary. But yeah, if you can find people you want to just hang out with a lot of the time, it's definitely worth it. Like, I specifically moved to Adamantoise from Genova to be part of my FC that I'm in, because I wanted to join the FC with all my friends that I already hang out with anyway. But I never felt like I had to, exactly. Alright, we go. This one has things you actually have to pay attention to, which is concerning, so I'm going to quickly focus on this. It's specifically whether you want to out or in. Hopefully somebody has Dispel. Mega Storm is in. Uh-oh. I think someone forgot Dispel. Oh. I'm gonna focus on res duty. Because that's one nice thing about Eureka is you can res if you get the right action. Kind of funny being a tank on duty to res. We're gonna be in bad shape. Okay, good. Somebody has Dispel. Ooh. Actually, a little bit nervous there. That could have been a full-on wipe. For reference, it basically gets a stacking damage buff, and you have to use the ability called Dispel to remove their buff. Otherwise, it'll keep stacking to the point that it will one-shot everyone in order of aggro, basically. That's why I'm bringing Raise L. I've already managed to raise 7 people. I should probably open a couple more of my logograms, though. just because I'm starting to get low on some of them. But I do have enough to make some decent money out of it. Nice. That's 10 free crystals. And in half an hour, the people just ran Battle Destiny Arsenal, which is the highest end bit. Oh, right. And then there's another fate going on over there that I'm going to quickly move to, and then I can run to actually work on the story. Ooh, Hydraulis Elemental. Yeah, free companies are nice overall, because, like, my free company always keeps Heat of Battle and reduced rates up, which, over the long time that I've been part of the FC, has probably saved me a few 100,000 gil just in reduced teleportation costs and help with experience buffs, but you can kind of do the same thing with brand company things. You can buy orders, I think they are, from your grand company that can give you a different version of Heat of Battle and reduced rates and so on. It's super handy when you get into raiding, though, because Meat and Mead and what was the other one called? Yeah, well, there's a buff that increases your food buff to 40 minutes instead of 30. And one that reduces the rate of your armor being damaged, which is very nice when you end up getting wipes. Certain procs will save you a lot of armor durability. Because, yeah, it kind of adds up. 3 food with a buff is basically 1 food you didn't have to use total. And the rest are just kind of nice quality of life. One that doesn't get used as much as you'd think would be the Make It Rain one. Like the MGP boost during the Make It Rain campaign, which increases the amount of MGP you get. My old FC actually used to use it, though. Ooh, that's a cute barding. What X is that? Vessel. Oh, from the new, stream. I haven't really seen the weapons yet. I'm gonna be doing the new extreme blind with my static, which will be probably quite fun. Because we'll all be, or almost all be, this by the time we run it. I think we are... How are we off of everyone being this? Where am I... Okay, we need 2 more runs for everyone to be bis, and... it's entirely possible that the next one will be a bis finishing, and we can just do 1 more to get everyone a book. We haven't done our clears this week since we're waiting on 1 person since they're off visiting family. We decided just to wait until they come back because they're coming back during the week. Read my next step, maybe after? Oh no. I'm vastly overestimating how many Hydraulis crystals I have. Oops. Yeah, I'm not too concerned about getting hit. I'm more worried about losing my inner release. It's not like it hurts or anything, really. It's just annoying being slept. Wait, does it have an evasion buff to itself? Unhit me. Whatever. Okay, I'm at 30, so I can actually upgrade my one hat I have. And I can actually make my way over to... Oh. Looks like Seto popped, so I'm gonna head over there. Seto can drop a item that's worth about 2 million as well. Which is also part of getting a bonus magicite. This point is really the only stuff I still need before Baldessian Arsenal. It's not a hard need item, it's just would be very nice to have for running Baldessian. Right, Ozma, that's what it's called. Saw somebody in shout chat say Ozma. That's the mob that we have to kill. It looks like Baldessian actually ran not long ago. Hearing someone mention that they cleared Ozma. Yeah, this instance is actually very full. Huh. I'm gonna hope I can get bonus magicite, but it's just more of a quality of life thing than anything. I feel like I'm gonna spend a lot of time in here just kind of chilling. Because it's surprisingly relaxing since you're just kind of going from boss to boss. Sometimes just killing mobs and... Very happy getting this armor finally, because I look like I'm one of those people who knows what they're doing in Eureka. Whenever I was in there, and I'd be in, like, Animos, I'd see somebody in this glowy armor and be like, oh yeah, they know what they're doing for sure. I should just listen to them and follow them. Now I'm just like, I have it now. Guess I'm that person. Which actually will be kind of nice, because, you know, one of my friends is kind of interested in Eureka a bit, and I can actually be one of those people who can help with Eureka. I'm fully maxed out on everything that isn't going to be money-based. Very rare drop dependent, aside from one thing. I should probably set my Magi board to offensive. Ooh. That's a mutation. No loot from it, unfortunately, but... Actually, I might look at mailing the rest of my Potion of Harmonies to some other people who might get into Eureka. Just because I don't need them anymore because I'm max rank now. And all they're good for is giving you experience. Alright, we ball. And have to be very careful for petrification. This is also one of the things I bring rays for. There's a good chance that a couple of people are dying right now, like them. Oh. Do they die? Yes, they do. Oh boy. More petrification. Someone has them, I'll get them. Like that person needs a raise as well. I think I've raised more people in Hydados than any regular content, even as a healer. Is someone gonna die? Yes, they are. Oop. Oof, I am gonna die. Alright, I'm gonna start on the res duty. I am the respawn point. Right, I'm gonna have to repot Martialist. I didn't even notice, but I think I got gold on it. Quickly repot Martialist. Oh, thanks for 100 bits. Myers V2. And you might need to make a custom alert for that, but yeah, thank you. Like, PW is available. Actually, if you ever end up getting into Eureka once you get through Stormblood, I can definitely help you through it, I think, at this point. Because Red Mage is going to be decent for carrying through reses and everything. And once getting into Pyros and Hydados, I can then move on to any class and just bring Raise L. And either Martialist or Plate Bearer. We're working on PW, which would give me the final sling skills I need, I think. get this quest done, because I keep putting it off. Why it's just so satisfying to be a res here. Perfect. Now I won't have to keep running back here. If I end up doing Valdesian before my friend comes back, I might be able to get earn the cryptic seals and Dalmascan cloth or whatever. Get them out in Akiran's for Crimson, which is actually quite good for Eureka. It's a bonus of 131 elemental. May not seem like much, but it is a nice little bonus. I believe that is about as much as a Magicite gives. And that is added to every stat, including defense and offense. Oops, I am in. Robol is probably going to be doing actual tanking, but as long as we're doing single pulls, I can just kind of grab one at a time. How much damage do they do? Okay, not a ton. It'll take at least 2. I'm gonna try and bring them a bit closer to each other. I'm just running Martialist to basically be a glorified DPS. It looks like we have an actual someone who wants to take over tanking, who I assume will now be in proper stuff, like proper defense prio. Getting aggro anyway, to a degree. Okay, they did pop Wisdom of the Guardian. Means they are going to be our main tanker. Wait. No, Frobel is trying to be our main tanker, who is not wearing Wisdom of the Guardian. Which is a mild concern, is that they're also not doing it as a result of wearing Martialist. I should switch to Dark Knight again, just for the sake of DPS focus. They'll still benefit from Wisdom of the Martialist. With any luck, the thing will spawn soon. It's It's only really good for bonus scales and crystals. Honestly, that's not too bad of a reward anyway. I need as many as I can get. I also got very lucky before. I have 3 extra flames from Pyros, because I end up reinstancing shortly after getting the first set of them and getting my weapon and saying, I'll pop back in for Skull. And then they immediately popped the boss again on a new instance, which meant I get that entire weight done to a degree. Already has the Riz. But yeah, our tank is doing good now. Always feels like a little bit of a sketchy start, but in the end it seems to go pretty well. It's nice because this also gives me some bonus logograms, which are both useful and lucrative. As each, like, one of these can go for a few 1,000 or 2,000 gil. And, ooh, it finally popped. Yeah. Like 1,000 or 2,000 gil, which, when you start selling them, like selling 50 things for 2,000 gil each is 100,000 gil. And I actually end up, I think, investing almost 1,000,000 gil into Eureka to begin with, so I'm technically still in the red, but that's just more my lack of patience in logogram grinding. I just wanted to buy a general set of all these, and then after that, all the logograms I have are going to be earned myself. The important thing was getting... was it? All 56 logograms, so I could even get the armor. And the 50 for my relic weapon. Yeah, I keep seeing them here. They also seem to keep recognizing me. And then level 51 will be there. Oh yeah, I kind of want to do this as well, just for anyone who's interested. Here is the current Eureka tracker, which will let you follow along with what is being done in Eureka. Was popped, though right now it looks like the only thing left after this and then Calamari will be Stegodon. There's a way to make a dynamic exclamation mark Eureka or something that'll just be able to be updated with the ID. Might have to look into that, because I feel like I'm going to be doing a decent amount of streaming of Eureka just during my stream times, because I'm enjoying it so much. And I wonder if I can have Nightbot automatically pin a message when sent by a moderator or above. They took the long way around. It's kind of weird no longer having to worry about leveling. For the longest time, all I would do is kill mobs to get levels, but now I'm just like killing mobs to get notorious monster spawns. A bit of knowing just how much Eureka has eaten my storage space in my inventory. Because I had an entire block full before I... block empty before I was getting into this. And this one has the effect of being able to change its elemental meaning. Oh, neat. Anyway. I didn't see what it turned into. This one usually, I think they intended for players to figure out the safe spot, but if you just stand outside the arena just slightly, it doesn't even hit you. I am very high on the aggro list. I don't want to risk taking aggro from the actual main tank. That sounds like a raid fight. I don't remember if it was. No, it looks like it wasn't. Someone got them, someone got them. Ackmorn, that is a multi-hit. Always gets the newbies. Nobody expects the party stack to hit more than once. And almost always people end up running away after the first one to go back to their positioning. And that's my crystalline scales for the first relic done. And that also... oh, I'm just one crystal shy of my next stage of samurai relic. But that'll be just this I need to do. Here's just how often the actual Eureka Valdesian Arsenal runs go. They're not super organized in advance. Like, you sort of get into queue and it just kind of happens. Means I'd basically just need a day that I have time to do this. Absolutely nothing planned, not even stream. Which is usually like one day a week. Looks like they accidentally pulled. They'll be fine. Surely. It's technically soloable. Oop. Looks like, Avni is back up, so I'm going to start fighting. Because Avni is an actual concern. To a degree. That is our teammate that's in the orb. Hopefully somebody will have Dispel on hand. Actually, how many people are still here? Okay, plenty. So it should be easily doable. Me is always nice because it gives about 50. Or 10. I need 50. It gives about 10 crystals per kill. It's not too bad to kill. Stuck in the orb. Off to Avni, which will be 10 more crystals and some more chests, though the chests really are more of a pain now than anything's. Every time I open them, it just overfills my inventory. The only things I actually end up keeping out of it are Elegant Platinum. I have made 180k technically from all the platinum that I got there, plus 42,000 gil and clear demi materia 2. Quite a lot in clear demi materia 3. Like, yeah, clear demi materia are the only other things I keep. After this, I can go on to unlocking BA through doing the story quests. The zone is the nicest one to navigate because it is entirely flat. You guys just go from one point to the next instead of having to go around stuff. Okay, somebody... Roble has Dispelled. Anyone else have anything like that? No. I have Martialist and Raise. Had to mute for a moment. Alright. I wonder what the pull timer is going to be. A lot of these times I'm going to recognize what the actual abilities are. By that, I mean, name of the casts. The in versus the out. Instead of just looking at people. Figure out what it is. I'm not sure why I have Pardia, but... Such a creepy looking mob. Kinda neat how much this is similar to FF11. Just with the whole killing mobs to spawn big bosses and so on. It kind of makes you want to try FF11 eventually. They do have a free trial. It's nowhere near as good as FF14's free trial, of course, but... Alright, looks like Rem has... aggro. Well, I forgot to set my Magia board. I always forget it. Pull of the Void. Let's see if it's in or out. That's in. Eye of the Storm. And nobody to res. Very nice. I think I got to kill him twice before I ended up getting to a high enough level to actually get the rewards. I guess it kinda makes sense that it needs, or it's a lower crystal yield because it's supposed to be the final zone that takes up most... Busy. It takes up most of the post-patch time. The patch that it was in. Relic is AoE. Very wide with, I believe, a distance thing? Ion Shower, get away from Ray. Suck to be the Ion Shower person. You just kinda sit there, being a hazard, before you can actually rejoin the team. Storm or whatever is in. Okay, in again. We're very far out. Or Rem can just straight up eat the hits, apparently. No concern. Jeez. Are they running the +2 set? Yes, they are. Doesn't seem like that could get that much. And that's 10 more bonus crystals. And then on to Tusk, apparently. Popped immediately. It seems like a really nice session for crystal farming. And then surely I'll go back to the actual quests. It's actually kind of a shame that it's really only the tank and the Dragoon / Reaper armor that looks really cool. rest of it is kind of eh. I like the hat for samurai and aiming, but overall the full set is just kind of eh. I wish they all had the really cool sets. Imperial primed means you can actually join for BA, but I don't think there's a run going right now. Plus, I still need to actually do the story to enter. I would have been, like, back in the day, I would have been definitely, no way am I doing Aldessium, but ever since getting into Savage, I've had more interest in higher end stuff like that. From what I understand, it is still considered to be higher end overall. Same here. Alright, curious about what the pull time's gonna be, but ooh, I really like that sword and shield. That's it. Ooh, the Zeta weapons? Interesting. Actually, they look really nice for Elemental +1. +2. Just +1, and they don't even have the full set of +1, it looks like. Still working on it. Blue ball. Man, this whole right click and set Nagia board is such a nice quality of life thing to know about. It can automatically turn it for you and you don't have to worry anymore. Somebody's dying. Yeah, even in your really good armor and everything, that can still be a one-shot. I can start heading to the story again. Is there anything that's still going right now? Nope, nothing is up for at least 3 minutes, so I can take those 3 minutes to move on with the story. I was, I guess, doing the 54 stuff. That kind of put them off, just because I was focused on farming. Wasn't even sure how long I would be in here after I got the armor, but I also want the glowing hat for Samurai. It's a very subtle glow, only the feathers really glow, but Just a nice little touch. And tomorrow is Saturday, I believe. Yeah, nothing to be happening tomorrow that I can think of, any sort of plans, so... make that the day I try to get into BA. Oh, it's the 54 quest. Over to the test. Everything appears to be in order. Hopefully the two remaining sets of columns will prove no more difficult. That, let us make it for the western. It's just south and east of unverified research. Sound of the mouse. Alright, now I go over there. And then I make my way up to here, according to the map. And actually my elemental buff is starting to run a little bit low. It looks like people are just kind of doing whatever right this minute. Oh, hey. Perfect. Something popped when I need to be here anyway. I don't remember which one this is, but... I'm gonna complain about easy free pops. End up watching a video roughly on how, at least, it's slipping my mind again. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. Big orb thing that you have to fight. Mentioned it earlier in shout chat, but I don't remember where it was. Ozma, right. Yeah, I watched a video on how Ozma roughly works, so at the very least I'll be good in that respect. I plan to watch at least a video on the entire thing before I get into it, but I've heard you can basically clear from blind with just following callouts. I'd probably be bringing a lot of Spirit of the Remembered, though. In theory, my best bet would be Plate Bearer, Spirit of the Remembered, Plate Bearer, Spirit of the Remembered, Plate Bearer, Spirit of the Remembered, and then 2 whatevers for actual DPS. Just to make sure I can make my way through it. I know there will be experts who can pick up the newbie not knowing what they're doing, not doing great damage slack. That mount is just really cool. It sort of brings me to another thing I might eventually look at, which is DR Savage, which is basically the Bosnia equivalent of BA, which is supposed to be the harder version of the special dungeon thing, which is where you get the Cerberus mount. Honestly, it makes me a little bit disappointed that there isn't one of these content islands that has a Savage version, because that would definitely be fun to do with the static, now that I think about it. Working our way to some special mount during the patch. Like, the only thing that really is Criterion, and with that, you kind of have to split a static in half. Even prog it. Whereas with something like BA or DRS, you'd actually be able to at least do your party with your static and then head in with other people doing theirs. Let's have snacks this time. A mix of nuts and raisins. Surprisingly good, actually. From Walmart, it's called Poker Mix. Not sure why, but that's actually quite good. And since it's just a bunch of nuts and stuff, it's not like it's particularly unhealthy either. Is this the AoE one? Yes, it is. Who needs to worry about AoEs? I've been reading a lot of stuff, or watching a lot of quote-unquote paranormal stuff. It makes me think it'd be kind of neat to, or like, something that's supposed to be haunted or whatnot, because, like, personally, I am very much a skeptic. Like, I believe that basically every single piece of quote-unquote evidence for the paranormal is just fabricated. Like, how is it that no full-on recognized research has gone on that has found anything that these random people with cameras seem to manage to find that in any other scenario would be concrete proof of something happening? Either... It would just be kind of neat, but I don't know if there are really any quote-unquote haunted locations near me, or even in the city I live in. Plus, it would have to probably be a video rather than a stream. But again, I'd kind of rather stream it, because in the possible chance that if anything were to come of it, video's easily edited And any supposed proof I'd find would easily be faked through that. I'd just love to visit one of those haunted locations, like, with full-on, like, stuff that's supposed to work for detecting spirits and whatnot. Like, I'd just like to see for myself if any of the things hold true. He's somewhere around here, I believe. Not sure where. It looks like it's on top of it. Yeah, some of the videos I've watched are actually really interesting. Like, I'm not sure how, but it always just feels like, yeah, this is neat, but they could have just added whatever they wanted. Reacted how they wanted. There's so much stuff that's just faked, that you can tell is faked, that is presented as if it's real. You almost feel insulted by people trying to convince you that it's real, like... A moment. Okay. I think most of the eeriness of those places is just convincing yourself that something's gonna happen at the end of the day. Like, EMF readers could be fake just by having some button you press, by some basically stagehand to give you whatever EMF rating you want at any time, for example. Like, if I remember correctly, you can... There are ways to, like, more easily visualize radio frequencies or electromagnetic frequencies, yet for some reason it's always this box that's supposed to effectively tell you that there's something messing with the electromagnetic field around you. It'd be kind of interesting just cracking one open and seeing exactly how they're supposed to work. And see how many of them are just like complete frauds that'll randomly go off after a certain time. Like, I know Ouija boards are just people moving the planchette and then pretending that ghosts are writing things. Spirit boxes, if I remember correctly, are usually... Hey, welcome in, Azure. How's it going? How's your day been? If you're just tuning in, I'm doing Eureka. Just slowly working on story and my relics and stuff. Oh yeah, I've been meaning to ask now that I think about it. I was going to get into the Monster Hunter thing, but then, mention a referral code if you have one. Since you did actually refer me to the game, I just kind of haven't gotten into it yet. Or I'd use a referral code if you'd like. Monster Hunter now? Yeah. Today is going quite well. I end up finishing getting my full set of the glowing armor. I finished off with the leggings and boots. Now I fully look like one of those people who know what they're doing in Eureka. I also end up dyeing my hammer pearl white, so that way it looks like it matches the armor better than the usual white. Let's go and turn this in. Other spot. This one's once. Okay, so this is just seems to be mostly just going from one. You just send in chat? Yeah. It works for me. I can actually quickly load into it. Load on. While waiting for stuff to spawn. See if they did the trick. Yeah, I end up finishing off. Okay. Be able to copy that in. There it is. Here you go. Thank you. I figure it gives you rewards for your referral, and since I probably wouldn't have downloaded it if you hadn't mentioned it. That was your other, just leaves us with the Eastern ones. Since, yeah, Niantic is pretty decent from what I know. Because I did enjoy Pokemon Go. It was actually quite a neat thing. Launch it. Right over there. Yeah, Niantic is the worst, greedy, yeah. Yeah, but their stuff is fun. In general. See if that... Oh, hey, a pop. Yeah, I also ended up playing a little bit of their other game that they recently came out with. Now, what was it? Erdot, was it? Maybe? Messed around with it a little bit, it's kind of neat. Harry Park, it's the one with the little things. I thought it seemed kind of neat. But not a ton to it. Feels really gimmicky. So let me actually put it in. We're starting. Yeah, I forgot to set my Magia board. Actually, I don't even need to worry about this. It doesn't do enough damage. It pretends like it's going to do damage based on the name and everything. I think the only one that actually does damage to me is 111 cons. Oh no, it doesn't do much damage at all. Even with running just Spirit of the Martialist. Yeah, I used to play a ton of Pokemon Go back in the day. It was honestly some of the most time I spent just wandering around. Okay, there we go. Pearl code. Eight. Perfect. And then I can play around with it off screen. I can make my way over to the Eureka expedition. Marker spot. Yeah, what I was rambling about before was the idea of someday just sort of going to one of those haunted places in the world that people always say are supposed to be proof or have proof of the afterlife or whatnot. Like, I don't really trust any videos that I've seen, because they're so easy to fake, especially in the modern era. Like, any of those detectors can easily be controlled remotely by the equivalent of an off-screen stagehand. Like an EMF, someone just have a box a ways away, and they press a button corresponding to what EMF level they're supposed to. Just have a like an earpiece that just tells them what people are saying and when to go. Or like what else was there? Motion detectors, again, can easily be just set off with a button. What else is there? Spirit boxes can easily just have whatever word sent to them. Like, seems like basically any detection method that I've seen can easily be faked with somebody off-screen hitting something on an app or whatever. Check where the last thing is. This is the 57, I believe. Might be this one? Right over here? Check. Oh, looks like Ovni is gonna spawn again. Another free 10 crystals. I got spotted. Yeah, because as someone who's very skeptical about the paranormal, I'd very much like to see it myself. Yeah, this is the 57 set. I am in definitely not the right spot. Looks like I need to be more over here. if there actually is anywhere that'd be considered haunted within my city. Sounds like it'd be a fun video, if not stream. That would also involve me, you know, having a day that I'd actually have to go out and do something like that. Kind of sketchy to begin with. Where's the map again? There should be a marker thing somewhere. I can follow. I guess we can head to this first. I'm gonna assume somebody still has... Do they still have? No, they don't. We have a Dispel. Yes, we do. Shin has it. And... Hidado's quest location. I'll be doing the 57 one, so... Start at the western columns here. One here. And 30 by 14. So around here, it looks like. Once we, you know, kill Avni. I'm slowly getting closer and closer to my Baldessian thing. I'm actually stockpiling Hidado's crystals now that I'm not focused on glowy stuff. I'm actually not even sure what glowy set I would go for next. Maybe I'd go for the Reaper Dragoon one, because it is nearly identical to the tank, just for obviously Reaper and Dragoon. And then as for the robes, they're kind of to me. Like, I don't think I'd use it in any sort of glam. And the samurai / aiming ones, I'm kind of on, aside from the hat. Thinking about it. The master one is the exact same, just a different color. I don't know if I'd go for any other glowies besides Reaper Dragoon. Oh good, my thing is actually turned to the right element. Not sure the pull time, but it'd be fairly quick. I was planning on heading to a new relic progress after I was done the story of this place. But now that I'm in here, we're actually popping fate after fate, which means I kind of really don't have much downtime to be doing that. At best, I can do it in between fates. I didn't know there was a Harry Potter Niantic one. That one's in. Nobody died. I remember I died on my first time in here. I actually got the Spirit of Marshall, or remembered to proc. Meant I immediately got back up. Ion shower, gotta be very careful of the person there. It does a surprising amount of damage. I need to figure out a hammer that will fit my... in general, armor that will fit the aesthetic of elemental set now. Like, this hammer is good, but I'd much prefer an axe. Yeah, I was just very lucky that I had this hammer that works so perfectly with Pearl White. Somebody has them already. Very nice. Oh, hey. A dead body. Hidden off in the rocks. Almost missed them, too. Okay. Yeah, I can head up here, it looks like. And I can actually up my samurai weapon to a +1. I wonder if it's better to wear Eureka gear and meld it over stat squished synced stuff. You know, for sure the +2 you definitely want to wear in Eureka, if you get it. +1 over synced 90 gear is more debatable. I have to go this way. I've sort of gotten very used to just weaving through mobs now. Very little concern. Basically, at this point, I only really get tagged if one of them turns unexpectedly. I need to actually grab a... take a quick BRB to grab a drink refill soon. Could be somewhere around here that the... Yeah, perfect. And... double check the tracker. It looks like Goldemar can pop in 6 minutes. Barong will be doable right now, actually. So Barong will probably pop, and I'll have to run back to it and abandon my... abandon my questing yet again. It seems like all of these quests are just a quick bit of dialogue, and then go and place something down, come back, and then get told come back at a higher level, though I'm already at max level for the zone, so I don't have to wait to come back. Get more interested in horror again lately. Just the idea of actual parkour. Actually, I've always been a bit interested in the idea of urban exploration. Again, I don't know if I'd actually end up doing it ever, but it just always seemed like a really neat concept to explore old places that have been, like, abandoned and whatnot. This direction. Or goes along with my... One thing that I've always been interested in as well is parkour. As a... Well, more specifically, free running rather than parkour. And I'm making the distinction because free running is the stuff with all the extra flips and tricks and whatnot to try and make it seem fancy. Whereas free running is more trying to get from point A to point B as fast as possible, instead of trying to be all fancy about getting from point A to point B. Difference, of course, being, like, in parkour, you would do a flip off a ledge. In free running, you would just drop off the ledge and keep going. Alright, let's augment Pyros. The next tier. And then it'll be, I believe, 100 Hydatos crystals. The next tier. Hydatos blade. Ooh. And there's nothing that can be melded onto it now. How many do I need for the next one? Another 58. And luckily I have all the extra materials on hand. Don't have to worry about getting those far later on. Maybe I'll go for Dark Knight now, since everyone else is being a warrior. But I still want to keep wearing this armor as a very minor flex. Dark Knight's specialty being more DPS than anything else compared to other tanks. Like, Warrior is more about self-sustain. I guess more protection. Dark Knight and Gunbreaker are focused on the damage. I'll wait until they get a bigger mob of stuff. Oh, good. Pump started. I think the Ultima weapon right now is probably the best weapon for this set. Just because it has that nice glow to it. I don't know if any other Dark Knight weapon would work as well. I'm curious now, is there any Dark Knight weapon that would work specifically good with this? Maybe the crystal one, the Exarchic. Now that I think about it. I could see what that looks like. Exarchic sword? Yeah, that might actually work. Specifically dyed... What was it? It might also be pearl white. They'll give it a really nice glowy blade. It looks like it's made of light. Oh, I should not forget to set my Magia wheel again. Here's what the pull time is going to be. It feels like people wait a lot longer and give a lot more generous of a pull time in Animos than anything. Feels like it's a few minutes longer than this that Animos goes for. Oh wait, no, I thought this was Eureka. I'm gonna keep the Blackest Night for Pyretic, so I can just kind of ignore the effect and just keep wailing on him, while also popping a free Edge of Darkness. Did it have a Pyretic effect? I don't remember. I believe this is the one. No, it is not. Hey, Black Snake Pop. Gone off. Kind of fell off. Alright. And now oh wait, there's a good chance that gold will be worked on next, so I don't have a lot of time for this quest specifically. But yeah, just the same stuff. Cool. Alright, we can enter at any time, apparently. Supposedly. I think this specifically will allow me to enter into BA. And then it'll just be a matter of when I can actually get into it. I'll actually have to think about all my actions. I do still need to get one more action slot, since I am slightly low on them. This works, I think. Oh, I can just go right in. Maybe I'll do that in a bit. Feels like that's something I should be doing when not in a farm party. I'm reason these raids are just really good to me right now. I don't know why. Usually kind of on raisins. Oh, these ones are just good for some reason. Kind of become a go-to snack for me. They're pretty decent at, filling you up, because it's just basically protein. I'm pretty sure nuts are protein, aren't they? I think about it. Yeah, they should be. Yeah, fats and protein. Now, with any luck, when gold spawns, I'll actually get the drop. I'm not holding out too much hope for it. I'm still just surprised I even got the yin yang drop. I'm just surprised how fast stream feels like it's gone by. Feels like I've only been streaming for like 20 minutes. But it is 2 hours and 20 minutes. But now I'm kind of curious. What kind of timings are there on BA? Let's see, getting started. Schedule. I'm curious how early they're scheduled. And I went and put my name in the BA Discord to the same as my character's name, which is Random Canadian Adamantoise. That'll be easy enough. Don't think they happen all that often. Doesn't look like they run too often. Maybe 1, 2 a day at most, usually around 5, roughly. So weekend timing might be better. It was the last weekend on? The 7th and 8th. Yeah, it looks like it still runs around 5. I can probably get ready for... Maybe tomorrow I'll get up at, like... Break for, like, 2 or 3. And sign up when there is one. Actually... 5 o'clock runs are usually 7 p.m. at my time, which I'm usually actually having to do something at. That is slightly turn. I have to kind of just keep an eye out for a specific one that fits better in my schedule, or potentially just feed the cats and everything early that day. Oh, hey, gold pop, too. Unless someone tries to pull gold. I was gonna sit in the middle and see which people decide is the first. Yeah, it looks like people are generally gonna say yes to gold first, since it's the more lucrative one. I guess the money baits are worth doing more than the other ones. I suppose that would work. There a I'm trying to remember what frag means. Yeah, that makes sense. People can try and snipe gold for the item, so it's better to do gold first so nobody goes in and snipes the kill. That's why the money drop ones are prio. I'm curious about Monster Hunter now. I've been putting it off until I got the referral code. I'm curious how it would even work. Considering Monster Hunter being a very combat-focused game versus how Pokemon is usually more catching and we go, we ball. We ball. I don't know if this is actually proper rotation. Actually, I've noticed I don't even have any sort of risk of using up Blackest Night for the most part. There we go. No luck. Well, that is still Hydatos crystals. Is one of the most important bits. I still need to give VR a try now that I think about it. I went and got basically built an entire new computer except for my GPU, so I thought, hey, maybe I can actually do VR, and then I never actually gave VR a try. Might end up looking at that soon. Especially since I can more easily plug it into the computer, since before this, my case was a bit janky. It had a bent spot right by where the card was, so it was a bit difficult to swap out HDMI. But now my case is brand new and in perfect shape, so I can easily just swap them back and forth. Yeah, just barely worked with my old card. It a little fiddling with my new card, and then whole new setup, which works perfectly now. Okay, that's... We are going right now. Whoops. Can I give this Monster Hunter thing a try? I want to try and eat it. I can take enough damage to pop my Blackest Night. Sad. The true struggles of being too well-geared content. I could probably just straight up stand in that without any issue. Alright, to the next. Monster Hunter now seems kind of basic. I'm literally not even looking at it right now. Tutorial at least. And I'll just follow everyone this way. Neat. What's that? Sound like a helicopter for a moment. I'll play around with that a bit more later. I get too distracted. I'm kind of curious if when they're gonna announce the actual ability to pre-order Dawn Trail, because I'm still looking at picking up the physical collector's edition now. It's like the pre-order for the game itself, I can leave until it gets closer to launch. The physical edition, though, I want as soon as possible. It would actually be my first ever physical collectors of 14. Did want to get the Endwalker one, but I didn't have the money at the time. And we go. A lot of weaving, it looks like. Rather a surprising amount of weaving. Now the bunnies are gonna die, apparently. I hate these gaze mechanics. This should hopefully be safe. Yes. Alright, the happy bunny didn't die, actually. It's surprising. How many do I have now? 74. I need, like, 26. Until I have my next tier of weapon. I also need to get a replica Pyros blade, I think. Or do I already have one? Oh yeah, I do. Guess I did throw it out there. Oh wait, there's an elemental here. Grab that. I really don't know if I should bother with opening these lockboxes. All they give is materia. And occasionally a few Elgin platinum pieces, but basically nothing worth opening them for. Omni Pop. Nice. Even more Hydatos crystals. Yeah, I'm thinking of mailing all my extra Potions of Harmony to someone by chance. Just because at this point they're filling up my inventory, but it feels like kind of a waste if I just throw them away after I bought them on the market board. I definitely overestimate how many I need. But I still have... I only used about 40. Say. Or 50. I think I used it about... after about 10 hours of Eureka. And they last for 90 minutes, so I guess around a little under 40 works. Maybe it's low. Yeah, I seem to be the quote-unquote oldest player on the server. With 37 minutes left on my timer. And then another NM pop. I think we have... Okay, Shin is on Dispel duty. And this time, I definitely remember it's Storm in. The Eye of the Storm. I guess today ended up just being Hidato stay, rather than working on Animo. I am gonna keep working on this stuff off stream. If the instance dies, maybe I'll go and do this whole story bit. Yeah, now I am Dark Knight. Doesn't mean much, but less survivability, slightly. Curious about the full timer. We have our Dispeller duty. I actually need to do anything in there, if it's just gonna cutscene and throw me out, and then I have to do this to actually do story. It feels like that would lock you into a very long cutscene at the very least. I do like that Dark Knight actually gets a thematic ability with Shadowbringer. If I remember correctly, it is literally just the ability from the trailer for Shadowbringer. Wait, the BRBing person is... Our Dispeller. The duty timer thing is a little bit annoying, honestly. Don't know why they make it so you have to leave. I guess it's so that way instances can shut down after a while, and instead of having to be always on. I completely forgot to set my... Okay, this one's out. Go Stephen Brown. Ether Rim. Slight concern, but okay, someone got him. I actually don't do a ton of damage, feels like. It feels like I do more damage as Warrior than I have as Dark Knight. My DPS might be higher, but that's just how it feels. Lower numbers overall. we gotta get our... Let's get in the raise. It looks like it's in good time. They can just get their cast off right away. Somebody is actually already doing their cast. I wonder if we can actually kill Obni without hitting this spell. If you can pump out enough damage. Follow the void, that's... And that is out. None of these bosses really have any particularly difficult mechanics to them. It's all saved for the actual BA. You can basically do these entirely blind without much trouble. The only one I had trouble with was the in-out being the one-shot at the level I did it the first time as. Alright, getting very close to part 2. That might be my end time. Hopefully. I hope I don't forget to head into the EA cutscene. I like this is so much flatter because it's just point A to point B. No real obstacles. Because it was so obnoxious trying to get through Pagos. Just because of the constant trying to get around the dragons and the cliffs and all that. And 30 minutes left in Hydratos. I'm curious about where that title comes from, Reincarnator. Oh, neat. You can actually unlock it so that way it doesn't always point north. I'm gonna keep it locked, because that's how I can more easily tell when people say east-west, or northeast, southwest, and so on for, like, P12. This time, set my Magia board. I have slight downtime. I can also, if there's a line to send y'all off to, and stream ends. Got a ping. We're going. That's triple weave. Oh well, this is just casual. Anyway. Okay, this is gonna pop. There we go. Okay, we're not doing our re-clears tomorrow. I was gonna look at who to raid at the end of stream, and then I got distracted. I have a little bit more time. Sure. I think I might do. Not too long ago, but I have an idea in mind of who to raid when I do my wrap-up. I'm gonna do the last bit of story, and then I can just, like, re-instance in here. Or whatever. This is actually very decent. You can kind of tell just how low the crystal yield is, though, considering I spent basically all but, like, 20 minutes of streaming here, and basically went constantly doing notorious monsters and got a total of about 120, I'd say? Probably. And I don't think anything else is going to be popping. Yeah, maybe by... Yeah, and actually that works out. My stack saying that we're not doing re-clears tomorrow, but rather Saturday or I mean Sunday or Monday. Means that tomorrow is possible for me to get into BA. Might end up just spending the gil on the 2 pieces of magicite item. Ooh, they're mentioning Seto. I have 24 minutes. Maybe... So, where's the thing again? I think it's right here. Aether Bridge Foundation. Yeah, well, I'll just keep the battle up. If Seto pops while I'm in the cutscene, I'm going to skip the cutscene, but I will go back and watch it on the unending journey afterwards. Ooh. Wee. Interesting. Gonna be real quick. Oh, those are the Eureka fragments, I think. Eureka. I think I expected it to be right by the entrance. No, for a fact it wasn't here before. One can only assume it was moved from its hiding place. At any rate, it saves us the trouble of a search, so I shan't complain. As much as I would like to restore the ward at once, that restraint will interfere with its effects. Safety measure that prevents Eureka from escaping, but by the same token it prevents us from acting against it. I'll wager that Eduka's looking for a way to deactivate the restraint and release Eureka, which means that we must find it first. Grandfather's office joins us all. If there's any information to be had, I dare say it will be there. Ooh. So Eureka is a Dwemer cube, apparently. From what I can tell. Ooh. I'll come back and read these later, assuming it doesn't kick me out of it. Oh, did it? Oh. Doesn't look like it. I assume these scattered tomes? Galdif Voldesian's memo. I don't read anything, really. Ooh. Get the signs of the seventh dawn. Interesting. I'm just trying to read it a bit quicker. So that's the restraint. That's kind of dangerous. Nothing about a Seto Pop yet. It will be my usual end time, so I should probably do my wrap up. start off with my Discord, where you guys can chat with me and other members of the community while I'm offline. And also give updates on what I'm doing in games that I plan on stream when I'm playing them off stream. And that's only my YouTube, where you guys can find my old videos from when I started my proper streaming debut. So if you came in later, missed stream, you can find old streams there. And finally, my Twitter, where I don't really use it, but it is there. So you can follow me there. And I'll actually be sending y'all to, let's see if they're still online. Here's Aurora, who's doing a crowd control Minecraft. Yeah. And as always, my stream schedule is usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 7 till 10 PST. I hope to see you guys there in the next one.